Minutes from the Federal Reserve's July monetary policy meeting showing a strong debate on inflation, with some members seeing inflation staying below 2%, longer than expected. This is definitely giving a boost to gold here. Joining us now is Gary Wagner of the Gold Forecast. Gary, welcome back to the show.
Great to be here. Thank you.
So gold prices pushed into positive territory here this Wednesday afternoon and have solidified their gains following what some analysts have deemed dovish minutes from the Fed. December gold futures trading here around $12.84 an ounce. That's up close to $11 here, Gary. Can gold hold this momentum? I know it's the number one question. Or are we going to wake up tomorrow morning and be back down, Gary? How do you see it?
Well, I think that the statements that were released by the Fed, meaning the minutes, were extremely dovish. First, they talked about the fact that there is some discord between members as when to raise rates, and it now seems highly unlikely we'll see a rate hike in 2017. And secondly, in the minutes, it spoke about the liquidation of their asset sheet, and all they're going to do in September is announce a timeline, not pull the trigger.
So that should bode well for gold then, Gary. I know we were hoping for 1,300 last week. That failed to happen. Third time this year it failed to happen for gold. Could this be the push gold needed? Was it waiting for this?
Well, it certainly could. As the market approached 1,300, of course, there were many analysts, including myself, that felt there was a high probability that third time is the charm. And then, of course, it came down at the beginning of the week. The Fed minutes are more of a long-standing market mover. In other words, it's usually not just a day flash in the pan, and we have days to digest it. So we certainly could see gold prices stabilize here.
So how has this changed the levels you're looking at? What are you eyeing now?
Well, you know, 1,300 is still the mark that we have to beat. My numbers that I'm looking at, if it does break above 1,300, I'm expecting a push to anywhere between 1,317 to 1,320. On the support side, I see very strong support at 1,280 and 1,262.
All right, let's get some thoughts from you on silver now. Also holding strong here, a little bit above 17 an ounce. We've been talking about $20 silver for quite some time, but what's it going to take to get there, Gary?
Well, I don't know about $20. I can tell you that there has been a psychological shift in terms of safe haven assets where silver is really strongly in the mix. So when we had the tensions mounting between America and North Korea, we saw gold get bid up, but we saw silver get bid up in terms of percentage gain to a greater extent. We know that silver tends to have a lot more volatility than gold, but it's really been accepted as a safe haven asset. So we could see it move along with gold as the market moves up.
All right, Gary Wagner of thegoldforecast.com. Thanks so much for joining us.
My pleasure as always.
And thanks for watching this edition of Kitco's Gold Report. We'll be back tomorrow.